So, Pastor King, this regeneration that you've been talking about this week, Jesus talks about it in the 19th chapter, verse 23 of the book of Matthew, where he talks about those who had followed him in the regeneration. And I have referred to that this week as those who listened to his teachings, and they were moved by his teachings. And the Holy Spirit was doing a work in their life. And I think about people like Mary Magdalene, came to Jesus, 7 devils in her. He cast them out and did a work of transformation and regeneration in her life. And she was honored to be the first one to see Jesus as he was resurrected. It's an incredible story. And I said, what did that woman look like when she first came down from Magdala, where they called her Mary Magdalene? What did she look like? I mean, she was 7 devils in you. You got to look like a mess, but transformed. And the continual work of the Holy Spirit in a person's life. This is what I love to teach about. This is what I love to encourage, to allow the Holy Spirit to do this work of regeneration. But you say, well, Pastor King, you're talking about conversion, right? I said, no, not just conversion. I mean, conversion is, a person goes from darkness to light. Yes, that is a conversion experience. But it's not just to say, well, now they're justified, or just to say there's a change in behavior, but there's a change in revelation. And there's a change in relationship. Regeneration is not just to say, I don't do those things I used to do anymore, but literally a moral and spiritual change in the very nature of who a person is. Just a comparison. A change in state of depravity and spiritual death to life. In other words, I was controlled by my sin nature, and I did things according to my sin nature. But now that has waned. I don't have that pull in my life like I did. Now, I'm not going to sit here behind this radio microphone and tell you that all of a sudden you're going to be perfect. No, because we don't live in a perfect world. And we still fight against a devil that's strong, who's always trying to do his dastardly deeds. But we find that the Spirit within us, who has now been welcomed, and we've learned more and more about him, and we draw closer to him. He gives us the ability to withstand the forces of the enemy stronger than we ever did before. And that's the work of regeneration. That's the work in the ministry of the Holy Spirit. As a person finds themselves being literally changed and transformed, regenerated by the work of the ministry of the Holy Spirit. That's why I'm saying embrace this. Embrace this. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.